Join us and discover beautiful beaches, rugged landscapes, pretty towns, desolate mountain ranges that sweep down to stunning lakes, unique architecture, history and folklore, no shamrocks, no shillelaghs, and definitely no shenanigans, just naked Ireland. Today we're having another look at one of Belfast's traditional working class communities. This place is Donegall Pass, a small inner city community of about 1,000 residents. It's part of the Shaftsbury ward, along with Lower Donegal Road, the markets and Sandy Row, a community I looked at in a previous film. This ward is one of the 10% most deprived wards, not just in Belfast, but in Northern Ireland. The building directly across the road is a legacy of the Troubles. It's the old Donegall Road police station, now derelict. Hopefully a good use can be found for this space in the future, as the pass area really does need some regeneration, as you'll see. Now, it's not always this quiet. I'm actually here early in the morning before local businesses have opened up, so it's usually much more vibrant than this. But you'll notice a large number of Chinese restaurants and businesses in the area. There was some hope at one point that this road might become Belfast's Chinatown, but embarrassingly, events were to unfold that were to make that very difficult. Back in 2004, a letter was circulated to local residents which said as follows, and I quote, "The influx of yellow people into Donegall Pass has done more damage than 35 years of the IRA's recent campaign of Republican propaganda and violence waged against the Protestant community of Donegall Pass. It is eroding the businesses and the Ulster Protestant culture and heritage from our area more than the IRA could ever have hoped to do. These foreign immigrants have no sense of Christian values or decency and have no respect at all for our community. Rid our community of these Chinese immigrants and clear the way for Protestant families to move in and our young people to remain and contribute in helping to make our community a better place to live." Now, I'm sure we'll all agree that this statement is not only a disgusting piece of racism, but ironically, it sought to drive out the very people who were investing in the future of this area. So I think if Donegall Pass is one of Belfast's most deprived areas now, this attitude by the so-called community leaders, the loyalist paramilitaries who sent this letter, has played a huge part in the community's demise. But there are good things happening here too, as you can see in this community garden. And there's a community forum which is now engaging with the City Council on the future of the area. That forum reflects the concerns of the residents who cite stress, anxiety and money worries as major issues here. That attractive stone church is St Mary Magdalene Church of Ireland. It's one of Belfast's few functioning inner city churches. This short road, or pass, connects the Ormer Road at the far end here to Shaftsbury Square, where we started our walk. The pass has undergone a lot of redevelopment work since the 1960s, tearing down a lot of the old substandard housing stock to provide family homes with bathrooms and things like car parking spaces. As we saw in my video, which looked at the nearby area of the village, many residents moved away during the early years to seek more spacious family homes in the estates of the suburbs. This beautiful row of Georgian houses points to what an attractive street this could be with the right approach and investment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way, very important to keep the videos coming. To some extent, as in the village area that we looked at, as people move out, so new communities move in. That's inevitable. Nothing stays the same in this world. But the opposition to ethnic diversity here has been strong, but undoubtedly it's coming from the paramilitary leadership. I'm certainly not criticising the ordinary local people. Now, this building on the end here is the old School of Music, built in 1936 by the Belfast Corporation as a primary school. It became the City of Belfast School of Music in 1964 after the primary school closed, and existed in that capacity until 2009 when the School of Music moved out into the northern suburbs of the city. This building, while functioning as a music school, was responsible for educating thousands of young classical musicians, many of whom have gone on to become professional musicians and music teachers themselves. But its real legacy, perhaps, is as a musical hub that welcomed young people from all backgrounds and both sides of the religious divide to develop their potential together. And all this happened during the worst period of the Troubles in the city. By the way, support the channel by buying me a pint if you find this informative. Click on the link in the second paragraph of the description below the video to go to the donation page. Now the strange thing is racism has always been a bigger issue in Protestant areas than in Catholic parts of Belfast, and that's not to say that Catholic areas are totally immune, but the Loyalist paramilitaries' links to British far-right movements has always caused greater antagonism towards ethnic minorities. If these paramilitaries could only bring themselves to condemn these attacks, then that would bring an end to it. Paramilitaries still have a strong hold over these communities even now, long after the Troubles have ended. And now as we approach Pine Street, we can see another mural, this time celebrating the UVF, or the Ulster Volunteer Force, one of the paramilitaries I've discussed. Then we have this message on the wall opposite. According to an Educational Equality Summary report, young Protestant boys from working class areas are consistently falling behind their working class counterparts in Catholic areas. This statistic, obviously, is a factor in terms of the ongoing issues with racism in these areas. So the message to improve educational attainment is a positive one. But not all the messages here are positive. And there's always been quite a lot of antique shops in Donegall Pass. And in the distance there, that tower with the green copper top is part of the old gasworks complex along the Lower Road, which has been completely redeveloped into a thriving business area. More signs there that the UVF still has its hold here. And this car parking area opposite is a proposed development site for new homes. Now we're approaching an old stone church on the right here, which in recent years has hosted a Chinese restaurant and then a community centre for the Belfast Multicultural Association. Unfortunately, it's been attacked constantly and more recently burnt down. Controversially, a recent Spotlight television programme highlighted that in the wake of the attacks, the police advised the Multicultural Association to reassure the local community that it wasn't building a mosque. This suggests that community policing in this area has perhaps not been what it should have been. Such a lovely old building too. So the burning of this building, breaking of car windows, threats to life and property have caused reduced investment in this area and ensured its economic and social stagnation. The Multicultural Association is a charity. It was approached by the paramilitaries for protection money. The chairman of the charity, Mohammed Atif, told the Spotlight TV programme, "We're a charity for God's sake. If charities have to give protection money, what world are we living in?"